Hey all, it's Nim, or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to be going over the Sword of Legends Online patch notes for patch 1.07. In addition, we're recording this on my birthday. I turned 34 today, and several people from the YouTube community, and the Twitter community, and the Twitch community decided to wish me a happy birthday, so thank you. I appreciate that a lot, because sometimes people are mean on the internet. And speaking of my birthday, if you want to get me the perfect present, why not click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the content this channel produces. In addition, on screen you should be seeing a list of people. Those are my patrons, those immortal heroes. If you'd like to join them, you can join at patreon.com/Nimicry. But without further ado, let's get into the video. The purpose of this video is to read and interpret the patch note information for you. Because honestly, not everybody has all the time or even the desire to sit down and parse out information. So I'm going to read it, give you my commentary, and we'll go from there. And if you happen to disagree or think I missed something or maybe misinterpreted something, let me know in the comments below. But first, patch notes. 2 new raids. So with patch version 1.07, we will add the remaining 2 raids, Ice World and the Ruins of Nuo, into the world of Shinzao. This will mark the last addition of normal-type raids into our game for the next couple of months. From now on, the difficulty will go up. So, assume that maybe we're going to get some extreme versions, because we do have hard, and it would be nice to see some extreme versions. I know that having hard dungeons are fun, but I'd love to see some extreme dungeons. And of course, there's a video there we could watch if you really wanted to. I'm not going to click on it. I'll leave that for you to watch. That you can't hear, and you could hear, but it wouldn't really help you all that much. Now we have Ice World. The entrance teleportal to this raid is in the Bashan Plateau, right at the Rain Prayer platform. Both an easy and normal difficulty are added, each featuring 1 boss encounter to challenge between 10 and 20 players. Now on easy, it'll unlock on Sunday, August 29th at 12 server time. You can receive loot once per week per boss. Resets Sunday at 6 p.m. server time. The recommended item level for the easy mode is 50. It drops collectibles and pet-related items. Matchmaking, it is possible to search for a group automatically or to create it manually. And of course, the normal raid, which will actually drop gear and upgrades, it unlocks Thursday, August 26th at 12 server time. You can receive loot once per week per boss. Resets Thursday at 6 p.m. server time. Recommended item level 65. Drops level 75 gear, PvE seal stones, weapon and bracer talisman 2 recipes, exquisite fairy tofu, etc. Matchmaking, you can only enter this dungeon manually. No automatic matchmaking is available. Alright, so let's talk about the Ice Palace. This is another 1 boss raid. We're up to 3 at this point. Now, I'm not going to say they're beating a dead horse because I don't actually agree with that. Some people might say, oh, Nim, they keep adding these 1 boss raids, No, I like 1 boss raids. Why do I like 1 boss raids? It's easy to get in, knock it out, be done. It also creates a great endpoint. So for those who may not know, I've done a lot of raiding in my life. I've raided in WoW, I've raided in Final Fantasy, I've raided in WildStar, I've raided in basically every MMO I've ever played. Here's the thing. A couple of hours of wiping causes people to be like, and then you start hearing the snapping voice and like, hey, help, why didn't you stand there? So having a 1 boss raid, or multiple 1 boss raids, where you can go in, you create a very clear endpoint. It's like, guys, for some reason, we're just stepping on our own feet and tripping and landing smack right into the floor. So why don't we call it? So I like 1 boss raids, especially if they're arena fights, because what that does is that eliminates the trash. And especially because in this game, the raid trash doesn't give you anything. It doesn't drop like equipables, it doesn't drop gold, which, hello, why not? Let's do that. It's 2021. These enemies are minions of powerful foes. They've got to have some coins in their pocket. They can't all be poppers. They have to have coins. They have to have items. And I can understand, I guess, why they don't want people to do that, because they'll farm and sell it on something. But at the same time, that means people are in your game. And if they're in your game, then they have a chance to access your economy. Because, again, Sword of Legends Online is a buy-to-play MMO. You want to make it as friendly and enticing for people to be in the game. But that's a whole nother story. Normal is an interesting change. Obviously, no matchmaking, which is fine. They want to encourage people to stay in and make groups from 10 to 20 people. The fact that it drops level 75 gear, alright. Good. PvE Steel Stones 3, good. Weapon Bracer Talisman recipes, hey. More food recipes, hey, we like that. The thing that I find very interesting, though, is that its recommended level is 65. So the Jade Palace hard is recommended 60. The previous two raids, the horror and the title one, are 60. So now we actually are seeing a slight jump up in difficulty, and now that, keep in mind, we do have at least 5 sources of level 75 gear. We have the Blood Ruby event, we have the Turquoise Lantern event, both weekly. Now they do have very low chances, so please don't get your hopes up. I promise, if it were up to me, you would all get your pants and your chest piece. But sadly, it's not up to me. Gameforge, make it up to me. Come on, you can do it. Second, you have, of course, the 2 one-boss raids, title and the horror. And then, of course, you have the Jade Palace. So you have there's a lot of chances that with some pretty decent luck, pretty decent fortune, you could actually get a lot of 75 gear. So 65 isn't all the way out there. Now we go down to our next one, the Ruins of Nuwu. The entrance teleportal for this raid is hidden within the Shanghua grasslands. Talk to the Ruins of Nuwu tutor, Ji Hongsho, near the entrance of the Raging River Ruins to get access to a special zone containing the entrance teleportals. Both in easy and normal difficulty are added, each featuring 1 boss encounter to challenge between 10 and 20 players. Now, easy, again, unlocks on Sunday, August 29th at 12 server time. You can receive loot once per week per boss. Resets Sundays at 6 p.m. server time. The recommended item level is, of course, 50. It drops collectibles and pet-related items. And then, of course, matchmaking. It is possible to search for a group automatically or create it manually. Normal unlocks Thursday, August 26th at 12 server time. Can receive loot once per week per boss. Resets Thursday at 6 p.m. server time. Recommended item level is, in this case, 65, like the previous raid that was mentioned. It drops level 75 gear, PvE seal stones, weapon, bracer talisman recipes, exquisite squirrel mandarin fish, etc. And matchmaking, you can only enter the dungeon on normal mode. Manually, no automatic matchmaking is available. Alright, so again, we have another 1-boss raid. These are very easy to tune, and I think that's why Gameforge and Sword of Legends Online likes them. Because now, instead of having to balance a whole fight, or not a whole fight, a whole series of fights, you can create one mechanic, and then that creates something, okay, players, you gotta get over it. You just gotta get over it. And then you can do some tuning and some tuning and some tuning, and if things are being bursted down too hard, or let's say it's being cheesed via heals, you can just simply disable that. And it's one fight. Especially, again, if there's no trash, and it's an arena, get in, kill the boss, be done, because here's the thing. People are gonna want to work on other things. Raiding is fun in this game, it is, but it's kind of a money scheme. Because as more and more time goes on and more raids happen, the level 75 gear becomes less and less valuable. So, for example, the first week that the Blood Ruvia and Turquoise Lantern world events were out, I saw groups fill up constantly. Log in now, and it's a little slower. Give it another couple of weeks, it's going to be even slower because then people are clearing the Jade Palace and then the 4 1-boss raids to have a chance at all of that stuff. But I like it. I like it. Now, of course, open world, mentors and mentees, tradable gear, new item added to the mentor store, which allows mentors and mentees of level 3 and above to turn in item level 60 gear, tradable amongst themselves. Return item level 60 gear, tradable amongst themselves. Now, that's interesting that it's not level 75. I guess they want to prevent people from farming. I wish they would raise it to level 75. There's a buff called Time Passes. The Time Passes skill now applies different buffs depending on the target, depending on if the target is still leveling or has already reached the highest level. Leveling players gain a 5% increased experience buff. Endgame players can increase the understanding of the pet level 60 by 100 points for players that haven't fully unlocked this yet. Now keep in mind, in order to unlock level 75 crafting, you need to spend 1,000 points in level 60. So get out there, make sure you do your daily cultivations, get your mysterious parchments, and start crafting. Very simple, it's very easy, just get it done. And of course, items, earring socketing, the damage of the collection Solid Ice Rune and Rolling Waves, which can be equipped into earrings, has been increased by 300%. So they're telling me that, okay, not only was the damage too low, but we're gonna triple it. So maybe start looking into that. Solid Ice Rune and Rolling Waves. Now, I don't parse out the numbers and I don't theory craft. I leave that to those who happen to enjoy it. I'm an engineer during the day, so I do enough math. But that seems like a pretty big swing. So I make sure to check that out. Also, it would be nice if Gameforge would give a potential discount, at least temporarily, maybe for the week, so that people can rearrange their runes, as it were, and their socketing, because it does cost gold, and gold can be a little scarce, specifically because dungeon mobs don't really drop anything outside of bosses, and raid mobs don't drop anything outside of bosses. World mobs drop them, but Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's effective to farm. That being said, the daily cultivations, I mean, listen, you get 17 gold, around 17 gold a day to run dungeons. You might as well run the dungeons. And that's just on normal. At the gear level, at like 61 to 65 to even in the 70s, you guys are going to burn through that. So be sure to get done. Chinese Dietetic. 2 new recipes can be achieved through the raids for the following effects. Exquisite Squirrel Mandarin Fit. There's crit hit physical damage plus 34, magical crit hit plus 34, physical strength plus 45, magical power plus 45, and HP plus 275. And then, of course, exquisite fairy tofu, healing effect plus 11, mastery plus 45, and HP plus 275. Now, those seem like really good fish. Honestly, one for DPS, one for healing. I'm down. I think they're great. Of course, the Heaven and Earth Talismans. This item can now be purchased for 1 gold and 120 encircling fire seals. You get a certain amount of encircling fire seals by selling your materials to vendors before having extracted them. Now that's interesting. Okay. I like the Heaven and Earth Talisman. I wish there were more ways to get it, or I could just sell the Earth Talismans, because I have somewhere around like 2,000 Earth Talismans. Last I looked, and I don't really do PvP. I'm not a big fan of PvP. People who are good at PvP, go nuts, have fun, do everything you can. I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. And I wish I could just sell them and be like, listen, I know they combine into 1 gold, but you're 100 silver. But can I just sell one for 50 silver? And that way I'll just get a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll be happy. I'll have more money to spend. Especially because I didn't actually ever get my 600 gold back from when my character was essentially like, oh, we threw a patch in, and your gold's gone. So I never got that back. So really would like it. Kind of a problem. Miscellaneous. The Cultivation Weekly Event. The Quest Group Expedition has been updated to require clearing, after August 29th, either of the 2 easy versions of the new raid. So, keep in mind, you're going to be doing the 2 new raids. Get used to it. Maybe check out a guide. Run it with your guild. It'll be a fun time. Summer event will end September 2nd with server maintenance. Please note the respective activities and reward NPCs will stop being available at that time. The same goes for shop items. Song of Long Summer. These 2 swimsuits will stop being sold at that time. Now, keep in mind, some of the cosmetics you can earn from the event do have a 6-month expiration date. So, spend your shell coins, enjoy them, but realize that when they do go away, they will go away. The shop items, as far as I was able to glean, do not go away, because you pay real money for them, or coins that you've earned that are the equivalent of real money. The Battle Pass. Please note the current Battle Pass season will end on September 2nd, and you'll need to claim your rewards until September 1st. A new season will start with server maintenance, resetting all progress and requiring a new unlocking voucher. Between August 26th and September 2nd, you can gain up to 13 tokens per day. If you've been missing out by a couple of tokens, this is your chance to get up to 30% more progress per day. So, a couple of things here. 1, prepare for more RMT happening in the game. People are going to want to sell gold. People are going to want to receive gold or a battle pass. And since the game has been out longer, assume that the price for the battle pass in gold will be going up. Now, Gameforge will not officially endorse this, but they also, by design, enable it because you can gift a battle pass. So I could potentially, if I were a less ethical, reputable person, I could be like, hey, you give me, let's say, 1,500 gold, right? Boom. Thanks to 1,500 gold, I spend the 10 bucks on the battle pass, and I gift it to you. Because why? I don't care about cosmetics, maybe. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I can buy it myself. So keep that in mind. You will see a spout of RMT transactions going on, and that is by design of Gameforge, if not specifically endorsed. And it is not specifically endorsed. Bug fixes. Further adjustments to UI and translations. The required gear score to achieve the PvP growth quest is now corrected to 65. Added several missing English voiceovers. Event zones, heroic event, remaining spider eggs, and a sounder of wild boar have been increased to include all objectives. Martial artists should no longer be unlocked. Added missing textures in Land of Emerald Cloud's waiting zone. Added missing Alliance instance achievements for raid. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. It seems like the patch notes are going to be fun. It seems like we've got a lot of things coming. Of course, if you are in a static raiding guild, look forward to Thursday or whenever you raid. If you're more casual, then Sunday is about the time. Now, keep in mind, I did log on last Sunday to try to run those raids a little earlier, and I had some trouble getting in. Now, maybe I logged in too early, but I don't think that I did. That being said, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, of course, and Honestly, this is shaping up to be a good patch. I'm looking forward to seeing them adding harder content. If you want to play with me, you'll sometimes find me on Houtsung, the North American server, under the name Nimicry. I happen to be a Berserker main. Now, if you enjoy content like this, why not hit subscribe and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the MMORPG content I produce. In addition, I stream on Twitch now, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as I'm back in university and I have to make sure that I spend during the week producing a video or two and spending the rest of the time studying when I get off of work. You will also see a list of patrons on screen. Those are those immortal heroes, which you can find and join at patreon.com/Nimicry. There is a link to my Discord down in the description if you'd like to talk specifically. And of course, if you @ me on Twitter, @Nimicry, that's Nimicry, I will do my best to respond. It was fun making this video, and I hope that my insights were enlightening. Have a happy time on your path to cultivation, immortal heroes, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.